Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Conversations with Candace. Make sure that you like, subscribe, and share this episode with your friends and anyone who's interested in wrestling. I am the author of best-selling novel Spiritual Warfare, and I'm doing this podcast because you can always learn something from one conversation. So I am here with Jackie Moon. And some of you are like, wait, I've heard that name before. Yeah, but this person, he has made wrestling like his life right now. So can you explain to us how you got the name Jackie Moon?
Hey, how you doing, Candace? And to the audience out here, thank you for having me on today. I came up with the name. Actually, I didn't come up with the name, but at the time I started my Facebook page, which was in 2008, there was a movie called Semi Pro, and it's starring Will Ferrell. He was the basketball. It's a basketball movie. He was the owner, the coach, the player. He was everything, and the character name was Jackie Moon. So I was like, hey, I don't want to put my real name on Facebook, so I just use this.
And you know what? And I think a lot of people know that movie and love that movie. So, and you have built this community since 2008 and it's grown exponentially, right?
Yeah, well, actually, I started my wrestling community in 2015. It'll be 3 years on Memorial Day, actually, and yeah, we have over about 2,100 people and from all across the world, like literally all across the world, United States, all over the place. But the headquarters is here in DC because that's where I stay at.
Yeah,
But
that's where you started it.
yeah.
Okay, so tell us this because wrestling is something that you have really been into for a long time. As long as I've known you, you and a lot of our friends are into wrestling. So how did you start to love wrestling? What about it attracted you to it?
Well, my grandfather was a big wrestling fan. He doesn't go anymore, because he's old. But he took me to my first show back in like 1996 when I was like 10 or something like that, and
Hmm.
I just always liked it. That's something I never grew out of. I know people say, "Oh, I used to like wrestling back in the day and stuff like that," but I still like it. That's my entertainment. That's what I enjoy. That's what I love doing. I never grew out of it. So
Gotcha.
yeah, that's what I enjoy doing.
And so with that, you actually go to a lot of the wrestling events, right?
I was just at one last night. Yeah, I was just at a show last night. Well, in the last couple of years I've been attending 50 or shows or better.
Wow.
Yeah, I've been to like since like 2014. I want to say I've been to like 50 shows or better a year.
And so
So that's
you travel all over the country to go to
yeah,
these events.
yes I do. Well, currently this year I've been to Vegas, I've been to Philadelphia, and I've been to Columbus, Ohio. That's just to name some of the cities I've been to this year for a WWE show.
Wow. And so this is the amazing thing about your story, right? You started doing this is just fun.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm just going to these events because I like it. But then things started to happen. People started to recognize you at these events and you've interviewed several of the wrestlers, right?
yeah, I've talked to a bunch of them. I've met everybody on the roster, maybe except maybe like two or three people.
That is amazing. Wow. And so the community itself, it just started growing out of nowhere. Other people who recognized you at some of these events and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, well, there was another group which was a group dedicated to wrestling fans in the DMV area, but I got into some with some people in that group, so that led me to go start my own group, which is
Hmm.
the wrestling community. And I mean, if you have your own group, nobody can tell you what to do. So some of the people that were in the DMV group came over with me to my group because we were actually friends and we made connections within that group. So that's how basically I started. That started out with like 50 people, and now it's to 2,100 people.
So tell us about what it means to kind of, for you, to follow your dreams, to kind of do the things that you like to do.
I mean, well, just for me, it's all fun entertainment. I just like to have fun. It's something I don't know. I guess I became good at or something. Meeting people, meeting these wrestlers, and people love me for that because I guess some people live through vicarious through me because I meet these people that they want to meet. But
Hmm.
I just literally just having fun, traveling the world, just having fun.
Just
I mean,
having
'cause
fun.
I wouldn't have went to Vegas if it wasn't for no other for anything else. You know what I'm saying? I like wrestling, so I said wrestling was here in Vegas, so let's make a
Let's
trip
go to
out there.
Vegas. Let's
Yeah,
just take
let's
a
take a
trip.
trip for 3 days.
So what
So
are you hoping to do with this? Like, I mean, because you started this community, it's kind of just gaining traction. You're meeting people. So what do you think the next step may be?
that's a good. Well, my goal when I started the group was to connect all the wrestling fans there is, because we get so much hate of people that don't like wrestling. Like, oh, why you still watch that? Or why do you still like wrestling? Why do you go to this? Why does it matter what we like? You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So, my goal is to connect everyone, all wrestling fans together. We have this group right here. We all can talk about the same thing that we love.
I respect that because so many times people get a lot of, like you said, hate for just having their own little thing. Like, I just like to do this little thing. Some people might call it weird, whatever. This is something that I like. And you built a community around people who are similar to you. And so I think that that's admirable.
Right? Like people have genuinely, because of the community, people have genuinely became good friends outside of the group. Like there are people that have made connections to where's that, oh, this person lives in a such and such city, and this person lives in such and such city, but they come together for this one cause because they like wrestling. Like New Orleans, WrestleMania will be happening next week, and there will be tons of people gathering in New Orleans for this one event. But there's people that's going to be coming from D.C., North Carolina, Houston, all over the place, just to come together, just because they met people in their group. We're all going to be hanging out together.
And
You see
see,
people on Facebook, now you get to meet them in person.
and and now you all have a connection, a common bond, and it goes from there. Well, that's awesome, Jackie. I mean, I really like it. I'm actually a part of the wrestling community myself.
You are. You
I
definitely
don't
are.
really I don't really participate much, but it's always cool to see how active everyone is. People kind of, talk to each other, post things, share information. So that's really cool. For anyone who wants to join your community on Facebook, we're going to share the link in the description so people can just go ahead, click on it and join. But do you want to shout it out so people know exactly where to go?
It's actually the wrestling community. I believe that's the link. Decided to join, I'll approve it. It's not a problem. Yeah, it's a very fun community. We talk about wrestling. I mean, every group has their ups and downs, but for the most part, we are like one of the best groups on Facebook. So, I mean, if you're a wrestling fan and would like to join our community,
Join.
please, yeah, please.
Gotcha. And we'll make sure we share the link below. So everyone, once again, thank you for listening. And Jackie, thank you for coming on and speaking with us. And I want to see where this community goes.
Thank you for having me, Candace. This has been a great interview.